Ko te arapuru, SOUNZ.
When one thinks of Pacific drums, that is the Pate and Lali, the Cook Islands and Tahiti comes to mind. As for panpipes, it's the Solomon Islands.
Five types of fluids have been demonstrated today. The first one is called Tau'ili'ili. The second one is called Aurerepi. The third one is called temporary. We modify this original ones to music of modern days, yeah? That is why we call it contemporary. And the fourth one is the Auawa. And the fifth one is the Aunmako. But all these panpipes are used for celebrations, marriage celebrations, death celebrations, all becomes for celebrations. This one-man panpipe where we call Aurawaru or Auawa is all used for women when they got menstruate to reflect all my children in the house and my husband in the house.
Because this pambo flute, we call it Bua Bava. Bua Bava is a pambo flute. The song that I've been playing, that's a very, very long song. It's entitled Tarisiba. Tarisiba is a very big chief. He's been there on northern part of Pentecost. He told her wife, because I love you so much indeed. If I'll be dying firstly, then I'd like my spirit to come and shake your hand in reality. The slowly on Tarisiba died. And one day she was really alone, mourning on her heart. And she went and sat under the very big tree. Then the eastern wind was blowing very strongly. Out from many leaves, there's only one leaf that slowly danced down and touched her forehead.
At that very moment, the wife knew that Tarisipa's foretelling came to pass. And whoever said chivalry and romance are a rarity have never heard the tale of Tarisipa and his Mbuabala.
When the whalers arrived, the traders, the beachcombers, the musical landscape was more or less intact. Before British colonialism in 1874, Christianity arrived in 1835 and reached mainland Vitilevu in 1839. By the time it reached 1839, the sanctioning, the word began to go out that in order to convert to this new ideology of faith, our ancestors had to forsake that sound and adopt this sound. And in the process, many of the chiefs also demoted their traditional composers, traditional oracle priests, the repository of all the history. And when the warlord picked it up, it was the rule of the war club. Except change or be smashed with this club. What a way to proclaim Christianity. And it was out of that instinct to survive, people, the clans, tribes, began to sever the connections to the old faith.
In Tonga, the panpipe is known as mimiha, or at least that's what it was called before it disappeared from her shores. I'm standing at a lookout point in the village of Alaki in the Kingdom of Tonga. This is where Captain Cook landed during his last visit to the kingdom in the year 1777. He spent a little over 2 months exchanging and trading with the natives. He also held meetings with Finau as well as Fatafehi Paulaho, the Tu'itonga of the time. He also witnessed the Inasi ceremony, which is the celebration of the first fruits of the harvest, according to Tongan customs. On that same voyage was a young English artist by the name of John Webber. He drew and sketched everything scrumptious he laid his eyes on. He drew 5 mimiha, or panpipes, including their measurements and characteristics.
It's very similar to the tugipitu because mimiha is also already in extinction. None in Tonga, none in the whole of the Pacific, New Zealand, Australia, none there. There are only 5 in existence, 3 in the British Museum, and the other 2, I believe, 1 in Ireland. And here I am reviving it here.
What is the Tongan narrative in terms of how it came about? And what was its purpose? What was it used for?
There is none so far, but I have a theory because of my involvement with reviving it. The Tongan ones, the 5 that are in existence, the arrangements, they're all over the place. Short, shorter, long, short, long. I believe there's a good reason for it. The traditional Tongan music, it has that nature of keep repeating to make it easier for the musicians to set it up, that arrangement, so they don't have to jump from the first one to the 5th and back to the 4th, and then, so if you just follow that, back again, because the arrangement is already there. And I can prove that because myself and my son Uluwaki, we already played 2 at a time.
Hearing Tu'i and Uluwaki showcase the fangu and mimiha together transported my ears and eyes to a time when our compositions were simple and to the sounds of our surroundings, where it was accompanying the gentle and unison swaying of the me'tu'upaki, the otuhaka, the lakalaka, the fola'osi, some of Tonga's oldest performing arts. However, we came to lose our understandings of some of our beautiful instruments and sounds. What's clear is that they were a part of our daily lives, and nothing stopping us from networking with our island cousins and neighbors who managed to keep their art form alive all along. It's the Moana way.
Toi te ara pūru, SOUNZ.